Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Relatively Gaming Podcast. If you are watching this, happy Thanksgiving. It's either, was it just past Thanksgiving now?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, so it's the Monday after Thanksgiving. We're recording this early from a little behind the scenes thing because Bret here, Enigma 9011, and I'm Turn-Based CJ. This is
Is dead.
Enigma 9011. No, Enigma 911 is doing his Extra Life charity stream. So why don't you tell them a little bit about the Extra Life charity stream?
Well, this is the Monday after, so we'll say future. We'll say everything went great. I appreciate everybody hanging out, spreading the word, donating, all that jazz. Hopefully, you caught some of the chaos, whether it was Halo 3's LAN party, me screaming at the top of my lungs at Cuphead, or whatever we played during the event. If you didn't get a chance to catch it, the VODs will probably still be on Twitch for about 2 weeks after this comes out, so you can check it out over there if you'd like to. I'll probably be doing a review podcast over on my YouTube channel, selfish plug. And if you guys want to still donate and help out, the charity is still open to the end of the year, so you can go follow that link and go over to Extra Life and donate there, help out the kids. Be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking around for all these plugs over these weeks, and B, supporting in the ways you did. So yeah, thank you, TJ. Back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that you're preemptively saying you're going to scream your lungs out at Cuphead.
Well, I've beat it, but it was back in 2016, so it's been some time.
Yeah, I've never played Cuphead, so
It's fun.
cannot
It's
say.
frustrating. It's fun.
Yeah, it always looked a little too frustrating for me.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's holiday season, it's not frustrating. The fact that Jeff Keighleys is going to release another Game Awards nomination list.
Yeah, not frustrating at all.
Yeah, it's super not
Just don't pay
frustrating.
attention to the internet.
It wasn't for me, at least, because Game of the Year category was Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What an absolute unit of a Game of the Year category. With two prominent indie games on there, Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong.
3, good sir. Your beloved Clair Obscur is an indie title.
Okay, well then three indie title. That's half of the category is in fact indie titles, and actually the front runner is an indie title with Clair Obscur. At least from the internet, I'm saying front runner.
Depending on who you ask, but yes.
Could be. Well,
Don't
Donkey
ask
Kong
Shroud.
Bonanza is gonna win. Yeah, don't ask. And also, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 could have a pretty good shot. I feel like maybe Hades 2. Actually, there's too many good games.
I know.
All I know is Death Stranding's not going to win. Donkey Kong's not going to win. That's all I know.
I mean, I don't know. This year has been insane for releases. If you guys couldn't tell, we're doing a slightly different episode because of my death of Extra Life. So we're kind of covering like 3 mini topics, I guess you could say. But yeah, the year of 2025 has been absolutely insane for games in general. But yeah, these 6 that are up for Game of the Year. See, you say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 could make it. I was excited for Deliverance 2. I haven't played it. I haven't played 1 either. I own 1. But I feel like out of all of these, I don't know. That feels the weakest to me. I feel like Bonanza's a close second in terms of weakness. I would also put Death Stranding that way just because of people talking about it. Like, it felt like we were all excited, everything's weird, Kojima, and then nothing. But you could say that for a lot of games this year because there were so many heavy hitters that just kept coming out. Maybe that's why things weren't, talked about a lot. I feel like Claire's the only one that's been had some staying power. But maybe that's just my circles. I don't know. So I agree. I think Claire's the front runner. In terms of a second place, it's tough to say. I mean, Jeff loves Kojima and Kojima loves Jeff, maybe. So maybe we get Death Stranding in there. I wouldn't understand it. From a personal pick, it's Hades, but that's a very selfish pick. I think Claire's going to take it, but it's a tough
And you've
category.
played Hades too. and you haven't
Out of
played
these
Clair
six,
Obscur.
I've only played Hades too, so.
But out of these six, I've only played Clair Obscur. So of
Hmm,
course that's my choice because that's the only game that I've played
sure.
on the list. um, but yeah, ours are just flipped because of the games that we've played. But I
Mhm.
I will play Hades 2 at some point for sure.
Right, sure.
Um, and as to Kojima loving Jeff and Jeff loving Kojima, I don't think they're gonna give him Game of the Year for Death Stranding 2 because I think that's a weak choice.
Sure.
I feel like they're gonna give it to him with Best Game Direction. Because
Mm.
best game direction is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. I always want to say Ghost of Yote incorrectly.
You're good. Yeah, that's a tough one too. Because I agree. I could see them being more prominent in that category. But I'm wondering, not to be all up Claire's butt, but Claire's got a strong case for this one too. You took 30 people to make this good of a game. That's some good navigating.
Yeah, that is a clear vision that's been executed.
Yeah.
So that game direction, very strong for that as well. We've got best narrative with a lot of repeats this year. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F.
Mm, okay.
I, that's going to be tough. Would you say the Ghost of Yote story is pretty good?
It is, and that's what we talked about this off stream. Like, I feel like I'm not the worst, but I am very civilian level, and like I don't know if I can really give a good qualified answer to any of these, just because like Game of the Year, I've only played one game. So like not playing everything, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, that's definitely got the best narrative because it's obviously the only one I have experience with. How am I gonna know? So
True.
this one, once again, I would point it to what is the grander gamer atmosphere. What are they talking about? So once again, not to be up Claire's butt, but people talk about Claire all the time and the emotional resonance of that story that they have. We talked about it in last week's episode, the experience that you're having with it, just even starting out. I would feel like Claire's got a good one, or a very good chance. Death Stranding, once again, feel like it was a blip in the map. I don't remember hearing anything post-launch. Ghost of Yote, I do think, has a very good narrative for what I have played, and I think Atsu has a very strong story and a good character-driven narrative. Like, she's got a lot of motivation, which I think is good. But I've, dipped my toes into it, so I don't know if that follows through all the way through. Kingdom Come, couldn't tell ya. Silent Hill F, it's spooky. That's what I've heard. Tough to say.
I will say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, at least in my circles, has had like
Oh, good.
a really big smash and a lot of staying power. A lot of people were saying, at least on Reddit threads when I was reading about the Game Awards and stuff, they were like, "Oh my God, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2." So who knows? It seems like people who play that game really love it.
Good.
I feel like I can't get into that kind of hardcore of a sim enough, for as far as an RPG goes. It kind of straddles the border.
Sure.
Of those things, I don't want to be like forging my weapon and doing things like that in the game. It seems
Mm-hmm.
tedious to me. But people seem to love it, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll go best art direction. Can you guess what game is in this? It's Clair Obscur Expedition 33. But also Death Stranding 2 on
Yep.
the beach, and Ghost of Yote, and Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. That's
Mm,
gonna be a tough category.
for sure.
That I feel like could go for Silk Song or Hades 2 even.
Yeah, just because that more hand-drawn art style compared to the 3D visuals of the other three. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't know if Hades has the strongest here. I feel like they have a lot of beautiful visuals. But in comparison, like Hollow Knight being Team Cherry, that smaller team, not that Hades is a giant team over at Super Giant. Haha. Like they're impressive with their art style. That's what a lot of people, really gave praise to with the first Hollow Knight. So that's good. Ghost of Yote, I think they got a lot of strong strong colors and visuals there as well. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know.
Yeah, it that would be hard to choose. I will say Hades too. They do have those gorgeous hand-drawn pictures of the like the gods when you're talking to them and stuff, which
True.
are pretty fantastic. I've always loved those. Sometimes I'll
Hmm.
just linger on the screen and be like, "And not Aphrodite, not Aphrodite, but some of the
Any
other
of them,
ones."
they're all hot.
Yeah, yeah. Dionysus, okay? It was Dionysus.
You weren't there for that stream, brother. You got to be careful what you're saying about Dionysus and Hades too. Man is packing.
Oh gosh, I guess I was not there for that conversation. Good Lord, not Dionysus, not Dionysus. Okay, moving on to music. Best score in music, we have Hollow Knight, Hades 2, Clair Obscur, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2. Again, a lot of the same titles we're getting.
Yeah, it's getting to that point of like Jesus Christ. Like spread it out a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna just say Hades too, but only for the skill in the band song. Those guys rock it.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna give a clear winner to Clair Obscur Expedition 33 because, like I said, you get that punch of music just like is so incredible. I still have some of the music stuck in my head right this very second, and I haven't played in like 3 days because of work. So
Mm.
it's fantastic. Then audio design, we go to Battlefield 6. We got something else in there. We got
Woo.
Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, I couldn't tell you there. Either audio design, maybe Battlefield 6, honestly,
The
because I
pew
feel like first
pews.
person shooter sound design has to be top notch to like just know what the fuck is happening half the time.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we're gonna move on to best performance.
Mm.
We have three from Clair Obscur, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English, all from Clair Obscur. Then we have Erika Ishii, Ghost of Yotei, uh, Kanatsu Kato in Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This one I have a bone to pick with. If it's not Troy Baker, I'm gonna throw my hat into the sun
Oh, really? Okay.
because he did that good of a job in Indiana Jones where he sounded exactly, and I mean exactly like a 35-year-old Harrison Ford.
See, and that's where we're opposite. I appreciate what Troy brings to the table. Troy's obviously a professional and is in a lot of shit. I appreciate what he did in Indiana Jones from what I've seen, but that's why I wouldn't give it to Troy. He's mimicking someone else's voice and doing that. He's not using, and this is a personal thing. These others are portraying a character. He's portraying Harrison Ford, who portrays Indiana Jones. You know, so like
Right.
that's my thing. I could definitely see him getting it. Last week I referred to the Joystick Awards, and we had the winners announced there. Ben Starr won the male actor, and Jennifer English won the women's, the actress. So both Claire took it there. Erica, I think, deserves a shout. She crushes it as Atsu. And like the emotion you feel in her character, whether it's rage, sorrow, sadness, whatever it is, like she kills it. And she got a lot of hate that she did not deserve. Not that that coincides with, oh, give her a reward, you know, but she did an amazing job. I can't speak on the rest because I haven't played them, but this is another insane category of talent that's going to be whoever wins it, you know, kudos to them, but everybody deserves their flowers in this category.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the categories, even though we're seeing repeat games, it's all stacked. We're talking about Hades 2 and Silk Song. I mean, two incredible, fantastic indie games that I
Mm-hmm.
haven't played.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me. Okay, I thought I was about to go into a sneezing fit, which would have been worse. But yeah, a lot of these categories, even though it's repeat games, it's just been absolutely stacked.
Mm-hmm.
So yet another category, and yet another category where Clair Obscur looms large.
Mm-hmm.
Games for Impact, this is a category where I don't know much about these games except for one because you talked about it, which was Wander Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess South of Midnight as well. I've heard of South of Midnight and seen it.
Yeah,
You played it,
so
didn't you?
yep. One I need to get back to, but a lot of great titles here. I've heard good things about Consume Me. I think most of these, if not all, are independent, so that's cool to see. I've heard a lot about Consume Me and Despalote from the indie scene. Haven't played either. Lost Records is on my backlog, but that was a two-parter that came out. It's kind of like a Life is Strange-esque, where you're going on this journey with these girls. Something happens in their past, and they revisit in their future / present. Heard a lot of good things about it, but it was another thing where I didn't hear how it landed, and it might have just been the next thing came out. South of Midnight from Compulsion, I really enjoyed. Unfortunately, performance, and this is my equipment, was a little chuggy, so I think that's why I've been a little hesitant to go back. But I'd like to try that again. If it comes to PlayStation, that will be a sure buy. This was something I was very excited for when seeing the initial trailers. And then, like you said, we've talked about Wander Stop on here before. Beautiful game. Simple, making some tea, but the story that they're telling with the character growth and learning about yourself, very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna. I haven't played any of these games, but I'm gonna give it to Wander Stop just because I like the concept so much.
Yeah, I think that would be my choice as well.
Innovations in accessibility. We've got Assassin's Creed Shadow, Atomfall, Doom: The Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. Um, Personally, I think Doom: The Dark Ages has an actual shot here as well because there was a lot of options in Doom: The Dark Ages for a lot of different accessibility, not just in the accessibility category, but also in the category of making the game easier or harder for yourself.
Okay.
In the gameplay category, you could do a lot of crazy things like mess with the timing and stuff. You've platinumed the game, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You've probably seen the options in the game where you can like change the parry window and you can change the speed of the game and you can do a whole bunch of different things.
See, I'll admit, I'm not one to poke around in the settings too much. Like, I'll turn subtitles on if it's like a stream title, and then if it's brightness, I'll bump that up just a little bit. But I don't really mess around with settings all that much, so I can't really speak on these 5 titles and what they brought to the table. However, I will say this. I'm glad we're giving them recognition. We need more accessibility in games. Just let people play and enjoy the experiences, and more people can talk about them. So, good on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of good games in that category for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now we will go to, oh, my list jumped up there. There we go. Best ongoing game. We'll go to best ongoing game. Well, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. And I want Marvel Rivals to win. Very bad.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think it's going to.
them, is that just because we play that? Is that really what's
Play
resonating?
and I genuinely I was thinking about it when I was playing earlier today. I genuinely enjoy my time with Marvel Rivals. I think it's a fun game.
Mm.
As I've put hundreds of hours into it at this point. It's just a blast to play. So I enjoy it. I want it to win just because I've sunk that much time into it, honestly.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have it win too. I'm just trying to think of what it's changed significantly since launch. Like, yes,
I
they're
mean,
doing balance patches. Yes, they're doing new characters, but like,
characters a month, a couple new modes.
yeah, but we were talking not too long ago, like, their player base sucks. I don't know how it is now with Season 5 and Gambit and soon to be Rogue coming out. Like, if that's gotten people back, the Marvel Zombies mode, which is stuck around at least for the time being, will the
Yeah.
player base stay? I feel like this is a slam dunk for Fortnite most years. So I'd hate to say
Yeah.
it, but I think Fortnite takes it again. I don't know.
Fortnite definitely deserves it again with the amount of stuff that they add in uh constantly adding stuff into Fortnite. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, they got the regular battle royale. They got their OG. It's constant crossovers. There's a lot of fan made stuff now too, which like swamps the pages. But maybe that's just me, old man, yelling at Cloud. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's not the Fortnite I remember, but they're still chugging along. They're doing their thing.
Yeah, even better chance than Marvel Rivals, I would say, is No Man's Sky, actually.
That's true. They've had some big updates this year, haven't they?
Yeah, updates that I reported on because they were so massive, they were so game changing.
Okay.
I do have No Man's Sky on the Switch. I don't know if it gets all the updates and everything because of the limitations of the hardware, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is a fantastic game. I
Hmm.
don't know if you have you played No Man's Sky?
I have not. Didn't
It
seem like it
is
was up my alley.
it's a heckin' good time for sure. It's definitely a second screen game though. You know what I mean? Where you put on a
Gotcha.
podcast or a YouTube video.
I know our buddy
Yeah.
Justin is really into it, and we've talked about it a little bit here and there, but yeah, no, I've never tried it.
Yeah, we gotta get him on the podcast sometime.
For sure.
Absolutely. Best community support. We got Baldur's Gate 3, huh?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Um, and boy howdy again, do I want Baldur's Gate 3 to win, and I don't think it's going to.
I thought they stopped updates. I'm surprised this is in here.
Oh, this is community support, so this will be what the community has done, and the
Oh.
community consistently mods this game. There's so many different mods, and there's an in-game mod installer, so you don't even have to use Vortex or anything. So
Okay.
it's like super easy and crazy. I mean, there's like mods that like add extra encounters and like extra story stuff. There's a mod that makes it a roguelike game.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot.
Oh God, I would hate that.
Well,
uh,
I love the combat in that game so much that I would love a roguelike, but
hmm.
I can't.
Hate to say it, I think Final Fantasy 14 takes it again.
Yeah, probably. Best independent game. Again, another category where I have a front runner that I want to win, even though I
Oh,
don't know if it will.
this one
And
hurts
that's
my
going to be
heart.
Absalom. Absalom has made the game of the year conversation. And I couldn't be. I feel like a proud papa. I'm up there. I'm so happy that to see Absalom. What I didn't expect to see was Ball X Pit.
Fuck you! You didn't expect to see Ball X Pit. Let's go.
I honestly didn't see this game hitting that hard, but yeah, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. This is one category that I hope Claire Obscure does not win because there are a lot of great games in this category, and I feel like they definitely deserve their flowers in that.
Right. This is the scary thing where Game of the Year contenders are included in like the best independent, best RPG, best action, because it's like, how do you win Game of the Year and then not win best in your category? So yeah, this one's scary because while I want Claire to win the big one, I'd like another one of these titles to get this one and people to get eyes on it. Um, there's a category we're going to be talking about shortly, which I just want to compare real quick. What's in there? Okay, cool. Man, this is tough. This is insane. I played a little bit of Absalom, have enjoyed it, but need to get back to it. Ball Pit, as we all know, because I talk about it way too much, loved it. Blueprints, oh my God, loved that game. And I want to sing that game's praises to the high heaven. Did not beat it, but another one I need to get back to. But man, that was taking all my time post PAX when I got home. No, even pre PAX. I was playing that thing nonstop. Hours are melting away. Love that game. We've talked about Hades. I really enjoy what they've been doing in Hades 2 and adding. So this category is probably this is my nightmare. This is the one that's going to be the hardest for me to pick. But I think I want to give it to Blueprints. I think they definitely deserve it for what they did.
Yeah, I feel like the indie genre has grown so much that giving it just one slot is kind of difficult. There should be like a separate indie game awards.
There is. Oh, hold up at that. A separate indie game awards, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, well, over our friends at 61 Indie do the Indie Game Awards. You guys should go check them out because they do a phenomenal job of highlighting a lot of indie titles from variety of creators, sizes, shapes, origins, all that fun stuff. Please go send them a lot of positivity. They have had to deal with a lot of negativity lately due to the unbathed and higher up creators who decided to lash out on them because of wokeness and inclusion. That's how we would like to treat people, be nice and kind.
Correct.
Instead, these people are buttheads. Anyways, go support the Indie Game Awards. There's a lot of great titles that are represented over there. 6-1 does a fantastic job of curating all this together, getting great judges and people who nominate these things and talk about these things. So go support them. But yes, glad that Best Independent Game is shown in here in Jeff's showcase, and as well as the next category I believe we're going to talk about.
Yeah, which would be the best debut indie game. So they kind of did split it up into two a little bit. They gave at least an extra category, but not quite as good as the 616 indie showcase awards, game awards. I got it right. Don't worry
Indie
about
Game Awards from 6-1 Indie.
6-1 indie. That's what I said.
You're good.
That's what we all heard. Best indie debut game is going to be Blueprints, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, Despelote?
Despelote. Yep.
Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabonk. Scratch that, actually. Megabonk has removed itself from the Game Awards.
Yeah, good on them. I mean, I've heard
I
good
don't know
things
why they
about
did
Megabonk.
that, but
He
yeah.
said he's worked on other titles, so he didn't feel like it was right.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Good on him.
Yeah.
Best mobile game, we've got Destiny Rising.
We're not even picking one for the debut?
Honestly, it's going to be so hard that, it's going to be between Blueprints and Clair Obscure, probably.
Really? You don't think Dispatch is taking this?
I don't know. Is this the only thing Dispatch is nominated for?
Yes.
Oh, brother. Okay,
I think people are riding the high of Dispatch. I think this is a recency bias. I think Dispatch
I think the recency bias is going to take it, for Dispatch. How do they choose Game of the Year, by the way? Is it by committee or is it by public vote?
Check the FAQ. You can go on in the next category if you'd like.
Sure, best mobile game. Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble,
Hold on, I'll help you. Is it Umarangi Generation?
No, Wuthering Waves and Umasume.
Oh, Umasume Pretty Derby. Yeah, it's the horse girl game. Not that I would know.
Yeah, I would have no idea. I definitely don't have 50 horse tokens or whatever is in that game. Yeah, I would say Wuthering Waves is actually a pretty fun game.
No comment. I don't know any of these.
Fair enough.
To answer your question, how are the nominees selected? This is from the FAQ page over on thegameawards.com. Nominees for most categories at the Game Awards are chosen by an international jury of over 100 global media and influencer outlets, selected for their history of critical video game evaluation. Specialized juries also convene for other categories including esports, accessibility, and best adaptation. Each voting outlet completes a confidential, unranked ballot based on the collective and diverse opinion of its entire editorial staff, listing out its top 5 choices in each category. Ballots are tabulated, and the 5 games that appear on the most ballots are put forth as nominees. In the event of a tie, 6 or more nominees will be announced in a category. Game Awards producer Jeff Keighleys is not a member of the jury and does not vote on the nominees or winners. Similarly, the Game Awards Advisory Board has no involvement in the awards process and learns of the results at the same time as the general public.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's all Jeff Keighley's fault, and that he decides specifically he decides who wins.
Yep.
That's what I heard. No, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That seems like a good process, or good enough. For best VR and AR game, we're gonna go Alien Rogue Incursion, The Ark and Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. All games I have not played.
Yeah, Midnight Walk, I've been meaning to play non-VR. But yeah, I can't speak on the others. Marvel's Deadpool did not look good, in my opinion, from the trailers.
Oh, see, that I thought that was gonna be the front runner. I actually thought Marvel's Deadpool looked pretty good for a VR game.
It might play well. Just the trailers, I was like, nope.
I feel like those trailers had the opposite effects on us. Best action game, we've got Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi: Art of Vengeance. Any opinions on what should win this category, Brett?
Tough to say with only having experience in 2. I think Doom was good, and might irk out Hades a little bit. Because if you break down Hades, I mean, they're both just more of the same.
Yeah,
So,
but no, I feel like Doom the Dark Ages put enough of a spin on it where you have the whole parry thing. Like there's the parrying and the medieval weapons and stuff. I felt like it was different enough. I don't know. I'm singing the praises of Doom the Dark Ages because it is my favorite Doom game. I went back and I played Doom 2016 like I always do in holiday season. Spoiler for later. And I uh I don't like the level design of 2016.
hmm.
I feel like the level design, there are some levels that are a little bit confusing
Hmm.
and that I tend to get lost in, and I don't know where I'm going. There are a couple levels like that in 2016, and it's a little bit frustrating. Whereas Doom the Dark Ages, the levels are a lot more straightforward and open. It's more just about the combat, and I don't know. I'm just singing the praises of this game. I think it's fantastic. I think it deserves to win a couple awards. I hope it is best action game, but I feel like best action game should also go to a more traditional action game and not a first-person shooter.
Hmm.
So perhaps Ninja Gaiden 4 has a good chance, or Shinobi, or Hades 2 even.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, I don't
Best
know.
action, yeah, I mean,
Nah, I don't know.
Hades 2 it is. Best action adventure game. We've got Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. And I feel like action adventure is defined by Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That is an action and an adventure game. Like that category of game is that.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. What do you think?
Uh, yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I mean, Yote could be similar. There's a lot of discovery in that. Death Stranding, I'm curious if it's more package delivery sim or if it's more action focused this time in the sequel. That would be my only question, but I don't know how the gameplay plays for that.
Yeah, that is fair. I have not like watched Twitch streams of Death Stranding 2 like I did with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Although I played the first one, so that was different.
Hmm.
Um, Best role-playing game. This is another category which I think is going to have a clear front runner. But we have Avowed, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. And I like the nod to Avowed and The Outer Worlds 2, but I don't think either of them are best role-playing game of the year. I think even the most generous of Outer Worlds 2 reviews has said that it is a good experience, a serviceable experience, a middle of the road experience, but nothing mind-blowing.
Mm. Okay.
And I've played Avowed, and that game is not good enough to be the best role-playing game of the year. It just isn't. I love Avowed, but it has a lot of flaws and cracks,
Ah,
and
okay.
I don't know that they're big enough flaws and cracks that I don't think can be overlooked. Um, so it's really going to come down to Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a chance in this category, even though I said there's a clear front runner of Clair Obscur. Uh, I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 could shock in this category.
Okay.
But again, we'll have to see.
Mm.
Best fighting game. 2XKO. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtual 5 Revo World Stage. It is interesting that two collections of past games have made it onto this list.
Because there hasn't been any fighting games this year. You had Street
Yeah,
Fighter
pretty much.
6, Tekken 8, and Mortal Kombat all in the same year, I believe. Not last year, if not the year prior. So,
Wow.
yeah. So that's why it's all not. The big hitters are not here. I mean, you still see Capcom making a presence with the fighting collection and Mortal Kombat with their collection, but that's why that's their inclusion. I
That is
don't.
fair. I will.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I feel like even if there was a Mortal Kombat or a Street Fighter this year, I would have to give it to the same game, which is Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves. I played Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves on my Dreamcast, and I broke a fighting stick with that game. I absolutely love Fatal Fury. The Wolves like sub games. Terry Bogard is always so cool. And so is a lot of the characters in that game.
He's in the Capcom Fighting Collection. He's on the cover. He didn't even make the cover of the other one. Oh yeah, he did. He doesn't have his hat. Never mind.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the hat because he's cool. He's cool, Terry. And
Whoa, Fatal Fury hat. Terry is cool. Terry, he's got a long ass ponytail. Come on.
I mean, that's kind of cool, Terry, but real cool Terry has
Which
no
one made it
hat.
to Smash? Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just because Smash does the classic looks, but he mixes it up in the sub
That's why
category
Dorky
of
Sora
the
made
Wolves.
it.
True. Is that? Oh, I thought that's just how Sora looked.
That's Sora Kingdom Hearts 1. He gets way cooler in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they always do it with the original. Anyway, Fatal Fury, I feel like should win, but that's just me. One of my favorite fighting game franchises. Best family game: Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party! Exclamation point. Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction.
I give this one to Sonic. I've heard a lot of good things about Sonic. I'm going to give it to that one. Lego Party I've heard is fun and a good time if you're looking for a Mario Party-esque experience with different mini games. Lego Voyagers, I actually watched extra live stream of it today. Seemed cute. Seems like a fun thing that like a parent and a child could do together where, it's a very pretty game. It's a very good puzzle game where you can think about something for a few minutes and then it will click. It's not going to, rip your hair out or anything like that. I think Mario Kart World was fun, but I don't know if that's necessarily like anything different that it brought to the table. I can't speak on Bonanza. Split Fiction seems like an odd choice for this one. But
it does for family title, but I guess it's family enough.
Not based on the platform I saw on those TikToks, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to say Mario Kart World hasn't had the staying power of other Mario Kart games, or at least like in the zeitgeist, like people really don't talk about it as much. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, on the other hand, a lot of people are still talking about. A lot of people are getting excited for SpongeBob. So, yeah, I don't know. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, I don't know if it's just it might take family game. There's a chance.
Nod.
Yeah, I feel like they might recognize Donkey Kong Bonanza in some category, and this could be the one.
That's fair.
Best Sim strategy game: The Alters, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilise Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolutions 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. I haven't played any of these games, so I have nothing to say about this, which is crazy. 'Cause usually I've played a couple games in the strategy section of the Game of the Year.
Evilise Chronicles, baby. Only dipped my toe in it, but that's the only one I got.
That's the only one you played, yeah, so totally understandable. I would say a lot of people weren't excited about Civilization 7. It seems like the community's not overly passionate about it. I still see a lot of Civ 6 posted on r/Civilization, so we will have to see if that's makes it for best strategy game. Best sports racing game: we've got EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I feel like this one's got to go to Cross Worlds.
See, I want to give a shout to Rematch here. I feel like a lot of streamers are playing Rematch when that came out.
Really? I haven't even heard of this game.
Yeah, it's just soccer. I was gonna say, think of fucking Rocket League, but Rocket League was soccer with cars.
I think of Rocket League minus the cars.
Right. But yeah, for a soccer game, it seemed like it really resonated with a lot of people. So it's just nice to see it here. I think I could see it taking it, but I agree. Crossworlds is probably the one it has to be.
Yeah, I think I was focusing really on the racing section of the category, but yeah, you're right. It is sports/racing.
It's a shame that they mash them together, but
yeah. Best multiplayer game: Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Ring, Peak, and Split Fiction. I want to give a shout out to Arc Raiders here. I feel like that has a pretty good chance. If not even Battlefield 6. A lot of people still play Peak. Split Fiction is a local multiplayer game.
You could play it online. You can do buy one and co-op it.
Really? Which
Yeah,
is one copy?
that's what Hazelight Studios does. That's their MO. You can buy a single copy and you can essentially invite someone to play online with you.
Very cool.
They've done that with all their titles.
Very cool. Well, I don't know. Do you have a? Would you say there's a?
Let's go
a
Peak,
runner?
baby.
You
Arc
want Peak
rate.
to win?
Oh, I want Peak to win. Peak won at Joystick Awards. Um, Arc Raiders might have the recency bias. Night Rain would have stole this if I feel it did better. But yeah, I want Peak to win this. Peak just came out of nowhere and blew up, so I want them to win.
Next, we got Content Creator of the Year.
Oh
We
god.
got Keighleys, Kai Cenat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, and The Burnt Peanut.
No comment.
I'm just gonna say I think it should be Kai Cenat or maybe Moist Critical, but hopefully Kai Cenat.
Because they're the only two I know.
Because they're the only two that I know. But it'd be cool if one of them won. But hopefully Kai Cenat, 'cause I feel like he deserves it because he's like the #1 streamer or something. He gets the most.
He just sits there. I don't know what he does, but I don't know his man's journey. It's easy just to be like, who the fuck are you? What do? You sit in a room with your boys and just go, ah!
Sometimes he marathons all Batman games in a row.
Oh, I
Dressed as
haven't
Batman
seen this man play a
in a
video game
Gotham thing.
ever, but that's just the limited thing I'm seeing of him is all the clips. Just in the big room having Benny Benassi and Selena Gomez showing up, or John Cena for some reason, or the Hardy Boys if you're a wrestling fan. They're all juking in there. I don't know.
Yeah, see, even if you don't know streaming, you know Kai Cenat. That's the thing.
Yeah, is that a good thing? Anyways, what's next?
Okay, best esports game. We got Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorante.
Don't care.
Or
Valorant.
That's Valorante. Yeah, it does not. I could care less, honestly, about that category. Those are not my games at all. Not my bag.
So we probably shouldn't even bother with athlete and team because I'll have no opinion.
I'll have no opinion on either as well. You're right. Let's just go right to best adaptation, which I have lots of opinions on.
I bet you do.
A Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell Death Watch, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. Please, for the love of God, let the Minecraft movie lose. I hated that movie.
I still haven't watched it.
I really did not enjoy it, and a lot of people did. A lot of people really enjoyed this movie, and I don't know what's wrong with me or what I didn't get, but man, I hated this movie. So I hope it does not win.
I'm surprised you didn't shout out Sonic 3. Where's Sonic 3?
Yeah, where is Sonic 3 on this
They
list?
should have made it based on the calendar that these take it. I know it was a December release, but that would have fit.
Yeah, also Sonic 3, the best Sonic movie?
It was very
Probably.
good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Most anticipated game. This is going to be wrapping it up. The final category for the evening. Most anticipated game. We got 007, First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. Let's go ahead and say which we think is going to win and what you're personally most excited for. I think personally Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to win. And personally, I'm most excited for The Witcher 4.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Grand Theft stuff. Yeah, GTA is definitely taking it. I think I gotta go Wolverine. Requiem's a very close second, but Wolverine, obviously, even my reaction video alone, I think kind of sums that up and locks it in. Been waiting very impatiently for this title.
Yeah, I really want to play Wolverine as well. That was a close second to The Witcher 4 for me, but I just I've been playing The Witcher since The Witcher 2, and I love those games so much. So can't wait for the next one. And that is the Game of the Year nominations. We went through all of them, which took a minute, but I'm glad that we did because some of the choices are pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see what wins. Clair Obscur should win quite a few awards.
Yeah. Are you planning on watching those live?
If you stream them, I'll watch them live.
Okay, that was
But
going to be
otherwise,
something I was like, maybe I should talk about this off stream. Guys, I will be doing a live react of the Game Awards on the 14th. So if you want a less toxic chat and just want to hang out with us and see what's going on, twitch.tv/Enigma9011. I was going to ask my co-host here, do you want to be on the stream and also watch it live?
sure, yeah, we could do that.
We could figure out. I mean, if you just want to be in chat too, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Cool. But either way, both of us will be there, so in some capacity or another. So come join us for the Game Awards and watch it live with us on twitch.tv/Enigma9011.
Yeah.
Now on to it is Thanksgiving time, so now I'm gonna ask you a couple of Thanksgiving related questions in concerns to gaming. Even though
Okay.
I think like again this is gonna come out December 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving will just pass, but I'm still gonna be in the Thanksgiving spirit,
Hell
everybody.
yeah,
So
brother. The turkey ain't gone yet.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But the stuffing is okay. Um, Brett, if you had to invite three video game characters to Thanksgiving, who would they be and why?
Oof. Oh man, is it bad that Daxter from Jack and Daxter popped in my head first? Because he's gonna
Why
be a
Daxter?
because he's gonna be funny. He's gonna make me laugh. However, he is a fucking menace. So like that's why I'm like, oh, why did I think him? But I'll go with my gut reactions. I'll think Daxter because the laughs and the comedy aspect of it. I think those are probably gonna be the vibes I'm gonna go for because I'm not gonna go for like familial characters. Like, I'm not going to invite Kratos to this thing. He's just going to be moping on the end of the table for however long. Pass me the potatoes, boy. You know, like, I don't want that the whole time. And Daxter's going to get up his ass, so I don't want that. We talked about Sonic 3. Once again, I'm going for the crazy vibes. I'll take Idris Elba's Knuckles and add him to the table.
Specifically that version.
Specifically that version. And then, oh man, this is like last week. You blanked on all the Smash characters. Now I'm like, who the fuck? Who even's around?
Yeah.
I'll take Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, because he seems like a cool guy who can have a laugh.
All great answers.
Thank you.
I feel like we went in completely different directions
Yeah.
with this question. Yeah, because I chose based on food.
Oh, okay.
I chose Mario because he was gonna definitely bring some spaghetti or lasagna.
Interesting. Okay.
So we got the main meal right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna go Simon Belmont because if you ever play Castlevania, you get those full rotisserie chickens in the wall.
Oh,
You
okay.
get some wall chickens. So I want just a full rotisserie chicken. And then I was gonna choose Pac-Man because pellets seem like they'd be a nice little dessert thing that you could
He
chomp
brings
on.
fruit too, and pretzels.
And fruit. Yeah. So honestly, yeah, I chose based off of food specifically what I want for Thanksgiving.
Good shouts. Good shouts. I went with the
I'm
company.
not making nothing.
Oh, I'm not
All my
either.
guests
We're screwed for food, but
Yeah. All my guests are bringing the food. I'm not making nothing. That's how I decided on it. Oh. What's a comfort game that you return to around the holidays? Do you have one
I
that's
don't.
habitual?
I don't. I don't think I have something that I constantly return to in terms of like a time period or something like that. In terms of like revisiting games, I feel like the Batman Arkham games are up there of like I could hop into that most any time and just play it because I enjoy those so much. But yeah, I've heard about people having like seasonal games or like things they go back to. I don't think I have anything like that I can think of, which is a bit of a bummer. I guess you could say also similar to something like a Pokemon, but that's like the second type of secondhand experience where like I'm playing it, but I got a show on in the background. I'm on the couch, I'm chilling, like those kind of low key vacation vibes type thing. So those would be my answers, but nothing definitive like it's December, I feel like playing this or whatever.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like for mine. It was a game that I trash talked not too long ago. But Doom 2016. I uh I often play Doom 2016 in the fall, around October, November. I don't know why, it's just what I always have done since, around 2016. Love that game though, even if I get lost sometimes in
Hmm.
the confusing levels, which I think Dark Ages has eclipsed 2016. So maybe I will be returning to the Dark Ages instead of 2016 in the future. But for now, that's definitely the game that I return to the most
Hmm.
in the holiday months. I just want to shout out as well that Mike, our former podcast guest, he likes to play Skyrim in the winter because of the
Mm.
wintry feel of Skyrim. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that's always a good idea too, theming your video game choices. Um, what in gaming are you thankful for this year?
Oh my goodness. This year especially, just there's so many outstanding games out there. Like, obviously, each year brings something new to the table where there's standouts, but it feels like this year consistently there was something coming out that you could look forward to or you're hearing good things about. Um, I'll shout out the indie space specifically because I feel like there's been a lot of great independent titles that have had buzz around them and then they've kept it and they've kind of broke past that initial shell that sometimes independent games have to do, where it breaks into
Mhm.
the mainstream. I can't say I'm the biggest. Like, I try and support indies when I can, but I can't sit here and be like, oh, I know all the indies coming out and all that stuff. No, that's definitely, there's better people than I for that. So, um, I've just been thankful for them for also spreading the word of like, hey, this is something that's coming out that I think is going to be good and resonate with people. You should check it out. Like, I would have never checked out Ball Pit if people weren't talking about Ball Pit. So just thankful for people spreading the word about smaller titles. Yeah.
That's a good answer. I had a very similar answer. I chose indie developers. So just thankful for the indie games this year. I mean, so many good indie games. It's kind of incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Really been a year where there's indie games that I want to buy next, that I haven't even played yet, like Hades 2, where I'm like, that's high up on my list of next games to play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what game character do you think would absolutely ruin Thanksgiving dinner?
Gut reactions, right? Okay, I feel this is a cheat because this person's not an original video game character. It's just a person who's been in video games.
Okay.
My gut reaction was the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes. He's
I
gonna
mean,
eat
that would ruin
everything.
dinner.
He's gonna make such a mess. I mean, he's a cool cat if he's calmed down, but like, when has he calmed down? Not that often. So he'd probably be a big trouble case. Oh, I had an awful one. The Baker
What?
family. Put the
Oh
Baker
God.
family in there. I'm gonna hate my life. Granted,
Oh, Resident
obviously,
Evil 7.
if they
Oh,
cooked, awful. Even if they didn't cook, they're just gonna be yelling at each other left, right, and center, possibly cutting off arms. Who knows? So, ew, yeah.
that's a good answer. That is a
Thank
very
you.
strong answer. I would not want to be at that Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
thank you. Mine's kind of a silly answer now, compared to the
Yay.
Baker family, where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's horrific. I definitely don't want to be there. Um, Mine was just Wario because I feel like he would bring a lot of garlic.
Be tooting left, right, and center.
Yeah, he'd be farting and burping and bringing garlic, and just would be a gross person to
Not
have
a
at
garlic
Thanksgiving.
fan.
Not a garlic fan, no. I'm
Aw.
sorry, French cuisine. I'm sorry, half of French cuisine. Um, and this you might not have an answer to this because you said you didn't have like a seasonal game that you play. But what game do you always play when you see family or friends during the holidays?
Mm, I'm gonna tie it back to Extra Life. Are you guys sick of hearing it yet? I'm gonna go with Jackbox. Jackbox is the party packs that you play via your phone. Those are
Yeah.
games that we go back to on Extra Life. That was a staple for many, many years. If you're going to the holidays, when I was visiting my ex's family, like Jackbox was a staple that we would always play, whether it was mainly Christmas time and New Year's and stuff like that. That's when we would play it. So I tie those to that because there's a wide variety of them, but they're easy to understand and you can play it through your phone, so it's easily accessible. You don't need like 10 controllers, all for this one system. So that if you want to go board games, an easy one for our family is Pictionary. Pictionary is always the go-to, and absolutely love that game. Well, probably never get sick of it.
Pictionary is the goat.
Mhm.
Jackbox also very fun. You're right. Just being able to include as many people as possible because they have cell phones instead of trying to limit it by the $60 Xbox controllers that you have
Mhm.
is a preferable option and very cool.
Mhm.
Um, I chose Mario Kart, which also would require
Mm.
expensive controllers, but
But that
yeah,
is a
just
good
always go
one.
back to Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii in particular, we'll play quite a lot. We still have a Wii downstairs with a composite to HDMI converter,
Mm-hmm.
so it goes in the television. So it's
Nice.
still great to have a Wii and play some Mario Kart Wii.
Did you guys go with the wheels or did you just use the Wiimotes?
Just the Wiimotes.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe my father used the wheel. I would always steal a nunchuck so I could play normally.
Okay.
Yeah. That was always my gimmick. But I had enough nunchucks for everybody. Just not everybody likes to use the nunchucks. They
Sure.
like to
Yeah.
use the accelerometer in it. Yeah. Um, but that was Nintendo. Speaking of Nintendo, I think we have a top 10 Nintendo list to go through.
We do.
Did you put yours in order?
Um, so TJ, how did this topic come about? Why did we want to do a top 10 Nintendo list?
Because IGN released a top 100 Nintendo games list,
Okay.
and it was sparking quite the debate across the internet, with the top games being Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, respectively, at 1 and 2.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Of all time. Um so yeah, you asked us to make asked me to make a list for top 10 Nintendo. I will say your boy very lacking on the Nintendo library. I've only played one Legend of Zelda. I've played a few Marios. I have played one Donkey Kong. I have played 0 Metroids. And there's probably a lot of other Nintendo heavy hitters that I have not played. So, my top 10, yes, I did make it in order. However, it is very me and not like, I'm not claiming like these are the best ones of all time for everybody. It's more like, this is my top 10 where I'm at. So, I just want to make that clear for everybody. Like,
Okay, so we did the opposite. I did a like an IGN style, like these are the
well,
best games of all time.
that's what I asked. I tried to be critical here and be like, yeah, that's probably really good. But yes, this is definitely more leaning on the personal side for my list.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. I'm glad you at least put it in order so we can go up the order from 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
What is your 10th game?
Number 10 for my top 10 Nintendo games, I'd like to give a shout out to Tetris 99. So this was made
Nice.
for the Switch. It was a limited time thing because Nintendo loves their limited time bullshit. But it was Tetris Battle Royale. 99 players playing Tetris at the same exact time, and you try to be the last Tetris Tetris player standing. Played a little bit of it, but it was chaotic, it was fun, and I think it was a really cool idea. So I wanted to give a shout to that one.
That's yeah, fantastic. Tetris in and of itself probably deserves to be on any Nintendo list, even though it has eluded mine because my number 10 game is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Mm.
I shouldn't put it down at number 10. I do love Breath of the Wild, but I feel like there are two better Zelda games. And actually, what I've done is I've ranked one Zelda game from each style of Zelda game is on this list. So the Ocarina of Time style, the Overhead Link to the Past style, and the new Breath of the Wild style is all represented on this list.
Mm.
However, I will say Breath of the Wild, very good game, just not not as good as some of the other Zeldas, in my opinion. Um, Still fantastic though. If you played Breath of the Wild,
No, I have played one Legend of Zelda title, which will be coming up very shortly.
okay, great. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a magical game. It's like really, I can't explain how immersive it gets and everything when you're trying to like climb mountains and stuff, and it's just a very cool game. So yeah, that'll be number 10 for me. What is your ninth game?
Number 9 on my top 10 Nintendo games is Link's Awakening, the new one on the Switch, the remaster, where he's a cute little lad that looks like a toy, and everybody else looks like toys. I love the art style. That's what made me want to try this game. And actually playing it, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to understand why people like the old school Zeldas. The puzzle mechanics, going to dungeons, they getting little extra tools and weaponry that you can use in the next thing and the next thing, and figuring out that. Absolutely loved my time with Link's Awakening when I streamed it, and yeah, it was mainly that art style that got me in. But that's my number 9.
Yeah, absolutely great game. Great shout out.
Thank you.
Um, my next one is going to be Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Have you tried this game before?
No, Kirby's another one where I have very limited experience on. I have played one Kirby title on Game Boy Advance. Kirby's Dream Land, I
There
think.
was a lot of games on Game Boy Advance. Nightmare Before Dreamland was on there, or
Maybe it was
Nightmare
that one. Yeah.
Dreamland, whatever it's called. Um, yeah. The Crystal Shards though was fantastic. It was 64. It was still a 2D game, but like sometimes in a 3D plane.
Hmm.
It's very fun. You could combine powers in that game. So instead of just inhaling enemies and then taking over their powers, you could spit out a crystal and you could hit that crystal into another enemy of a different type. And like the flame type and the boomerang type, if you combine that, you would get like a beam flame sword.
Hmm.
You could run around with that. So it was very cool with the combination of powers. I think it's very underrated and underrepresented in the Kirby franchise, but it's definitely my favorite Kirby game of all time, and it is number 9 on my list.
Very cool. Number
Yeah.
8. I had a tough one here because I had two to pick from, and I couldn't decide which one I liked more. But I'm going to go with the original. I'm going to go with Pokemon Stadium for N64. This one was one I played at friends' houses quite a bit. We just did the generic battles against each other. However, the highlight, and the highlight we all know of these titles, is those gosh darn mini games. God, I love those mini games. I can always go back and play them. I believe it's Stadium 1. That's why I've picked it. If it's Stadium 2, I'm going to be sad. But there's my favorite mini game where you count the running Pokemon that run past your little marker. And it always makes me happy because A, it is fun, it is challenging, but B, if you're playing against computers, they just make you laugh so much because the little Pokemon run past, they'll be done running for a little while, and then all of a sudden the computer will be like, oh fuck! And then they count like 20 more times. And I always love it. So Pokemon Stadium gives a big shout out. That is my number 8.
Great game. I should add Pokemon Stadium to my list. In fact, I'm looking at it. There's no Pokemon on the list at all. I know. I know. I just realized this, but in sticking with Pokemon Stadium, I do have another game from the Nintendo 64,
Hmm.
which is going to be Star Fox 64.
Ah.
Uh, this game I just absolutely love. This is my bias speaking. Is it number 8 of all time? Maybe, but I really love Star Fox 64. I feel like it's such a great game. It's so replayable. It's so memorable and fun. And I just remember playing it like in the hospital as a kid. They bring over like a little rolly cart with Nintendo 64 on it, and they had Star Fox 64 on there. And it was just the most fun you could have in like 45 minutes possible is Star Fox 64. So great game. It's number 8 for sure.
Very nice. Another tough one for the franchise pick because there are a lot that I love and I've learned to love sounds bad, but I have grown to love is the Mario Party franchise. I would like to pick officially for number 7 Mario Party 8 for the Wii. This was the first one that I owned, and while we all have different feelings about the Move controller and the Move gimmicks, Mario Party 8's games with the Move controller were a lot of fun. I liked the variety of maps. There was one that was just a straight line, just run to the end. Every time you get to the end, you get to a star and you loop back. There's more complex ones with your various paths. And then perhaps my most favorite one, which was like a Monopoly-based map, where you went to hotels and you invested your money into those hotels. And depending on how much money you invested, that's how many stars you got. And you had to navigate this cityscape going into different hotels and investing and whatnot. Had a lot of fun with that one, invested a lot of hours into it. So Mario Party 8 overall takes 7 and probably my favorite Mario Party.
Yeah, that's great. A lot of people don't give enough respect to those later Mario Party titles, so I'm glad that you found your enjoyment in 8. My number 7, I'm going back to The Legend of Zelda with Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people would put Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time in this spot, but Twilight Princess for me was my favorite of this style of Zelda game. I feel like it's incredible. The story is great with Midna and everything. Midna should be in Super Smash Brothers, but we're not going to talk about that.
They are.
The wolf transformation is well, kind of. The wolf transformation is so cool in the game. The darker tones and everything about it were really cool. It was like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time merged together. So that's why it's going to be my 3D esque Legend of Zelda title at number 7.
Was that the one with the very like distinct art style, very darker shaded stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was cool. And they put the Twilight Princess Link was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl,
Yep.
and yeah,
Okay, that's
very
where I
cool.
remember it getting the trophies, and I was like, "Oh, this is like way different art style than I was expecting."
Yeah, and the
Cool.
enemies were really cool and had a distinct art style, and yeah, it's very interesting.
All right, the time has come, TJ. For my number 6, this is one I alluded to a few episodes back, where I'm like, "Do I have a different actual favorite Pokemon game than Silver?" And I do.
Mm.
Pokemon Silver will always have the nostalgic part of my heart. It's where I got my beginnings. But Pokemon Ruby takes the win as my overall
Wow.
favorite Pokemon game. This one was tough because obviously Pokemon Yellow, not Pokemon XY. Pokemon Yellow, there's a lot of heartwarming moments in that. It's connected to the anime, you got Pikachu following you. Silver, like I said, will always have the nostalgia for me. Pokemon Black and White and Black 2 White 2, I was late to the party, but they have amazing stories involved with
Yeah, they're
them.
my favorite Pokemons.
Pokemon XY was what got me and a lot of friends back into Pokemon, so there's a lot of nostalgia there of like the camaraderie and like everybody playing it together on their 3DSs and stuff. I love Arceus for what Arceus brings to the table, and its differences from the main story or the main games. But Ruby, I think, takes the cake. Ruby was one of those first titles I put 100 plus hours into. I really enjoy the art style that Ruby brings. I enjoy the mechanics that they changed, like the running, the bike. You could do either the dirt bike, so you could like go up mountains and like platform from there, or there was a different bike where you could hop, like bunny hop across different platforms and get to different locations. I enjoyed the gimmick of the talent shows. While they were challenging as a kid, trying to figure out how to get hearts and get that stuff, I did enjoy that. If you played multiplayer, doing the berry spin and mashing those and doing that with your friends, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the post-game content that they involved in that one when eventually, it was Emerald, but you had Deoxys showed up and you had Rayquaza in there for that 3rd gen, but you also had Battle Tower, I believe, was available in all of them. Enjoyed the story with Team Magma and Team Aqua. Obviously, depending on your version, was dependent on who was your protagonist and antagonist with those groups. For me, Team Magma was always the baddies. But yeah, just really enjoyed Pokemon Ruby, and I think, it takes the top spot of favorite of all time. Oh, and the secret bases too. Those were silly, but you could decorate little secret bases that you could hide for yourself in different places. I always picked the same one because I felt like it had the most basic layout and the most space. But man, I loved getting the polka dolls and decorating it and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. That's my number 6.
Yeah, I was a little late to the party on Pokemon Ruby, so maybe that's why I don't have such a high esteem for it. But I can see it being your favorite game. It is pretty incredible. The starters alone are
Yeah.
goated for sure.
Oh yeah, Mudkip, my boy.
Um, Number 6 for me is gonna be Mario Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
It is my favorite of the 3D Mario games. I really like Sunshine and I really enjoy 64. A lot of people would have 64 on this list in place of Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Galaxy, excuse me. But I don't know, something about Galaxy. It was so inventive, it was so creative, it was so fun. Um, it was so needed in the time of the Wii era. I remember, like I said, feeling left behind by my friends who had Xboxes and PlayStations when I only had a Wii. And then like something like Mario Galaxy would come out, and I would be like, I'm not dumb for owning this white console, this little white console. I'm everything's actually a-okay because I've got Super Mario Galaxy, and that game is incredible. Um, it's fantastic to try and complete the entire game and get all the stars or the shines. Not the shines, that's Super Mario
I
Sunshine. What are they called? I guess they are stars.
think so. I don't know.
It's
Never
not
played it.
moons. That's Odyssey. Yeah,
Right.
I've forgotten. It's been so long since I haven't played this game since I was in high school. But Mario Galaxy still takes the cake for the 3D Mario for me. Absolutely love that game and gave us all the enduring character of Rosalina.
Mm-hmm. Number 5 for me, from the Nintendo Switch. A dark time of all of our lives, but we were happier because this game came out. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. This
Yes.
was my first Animal Crossing, and I feel like it was a lot of people's first Animal Crossing because everybody was playing this game. I didn't like the time mechanics at the beginning of you can only do so much in the first few days, and then you gradually kind of get the momentum. But once you got the ball rolling with your villagers being there, with Tom Nook being there asking you for rent, god damn it, with the owl guy who I can't remember his name, but building up the museum and going and visiting to the different islands to try and get the villagers that you really, really wanted, to decorating your island, whether it was the different decor that you got or landscaping or whatever. But like, this was a game that blew up, and like I said, everybody was playing it. And it was always fun to see what other people were creating on their islands. I'm excited for players to jump back into it next year with that free update. I don't know if I will be, but I'm just happy that that game gave so many people joy and something to distract themselves with during the sucky times of lockdown. So New Horizons definitely taking my 5th spot.
Yeah, even you just talking about it right now, I wanted to jump back in and play uh, Animal Crossing. So absolutely great game. I'm gonna go back to the well with Mario. I'm gonna say Super Mario World. It's my number 5 spot. I
Okay.
think it's the best 2D Mario platformer game, and it would be number 1 if it weren't for the other 4 games that are, in my opinion, better than it. But Super Mario World is such an incredible game. It's a game that's near and dear to your heart, Brett, like we were talking about with our top lists. So our list that's games that defined us in an earlier episode. So yeah, it's just I'm preaching to the choir here. You know that this game is incredible. It's something special. It's definitely a system seller at the time, and I think it definitely lives on and holds its place.
Number 4 for me. We're going back to the Nintendo Wii. It's another one we all had. It's another one we spend way too much time playing. And we didn't even know that we were going to be so encapsulated in this game. Wii Sports takes my number 4 spot. Holy shit. Absolutely loved Wii Sports. I would love to play it now, but I do not have the capabilities, and it sucks. I know it's just bowling. I know it's just baseball. I know it's just tennis. I don't give a shit. It's a lot of fun. They've tried to recapture the magic in like the other Wii Sports games or even the Switch Sports games that they've made since that. It hasn't happened. just so many great fond memories of playing. That is another game, I guess, that could have gone with your question earlier of like games to play with your family around the holidays. That was something that we played, was Wii Bowling, just when
Yes.
people were around and doing our one of our favorite modes. There was an extra mode for bowling where you build up to gradually knock down 100 pins or 99 pins or whatever.
I
So
remember that
much
mode.
fun. So much fun. So Wii Sports takes number 4 for me.
Yeah, absolutely classic game. Uh, Sold that system for sure,
Mm-hmm.
like single-handedly. So many people bought Wii's and then didn't buy other games because they had Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, At number four, I'm going to put my final Legend of Zelda game at the best one in the franchise, in my opinion, which is The Legend of Zelda: The Link Between Worlds. That's going to be controversial. I know a lot of people would put A Link to the Past in this place, or one of the other top-down, maybe Minish Cap or Old Ages or something. But I really think Link Between Worlds is the best Zelda game. It's so incredible. The way you can go flat against walls was such a creative ability that really used the 3D environment. Um, so many fun puzzles in that game that wouldn't be solvable in other Zelda games. And the fact that you get the entire overworld of from Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and you get an entire underworld version of it as well. It's just a massive game and a very fun game. It was one of the first games where you could tackle dungeons in any order you wanted. You could get any of the items from the rip. You just had to buy the items instead of unlocking them in a specific sequence. So it was really creative in opening up the Zelda formula at that time as well. Um, and yeah, I won't even spoil who sells you the items, but it's a very interesting character. So it's just really cool. Really adds to the story and everything. I think Link Between Worlds is not only my favorite Zelda game, but I think the best Zelda game.
Very cool. Number 3 for me from the franchise. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe takes my third spot. It's just Mario Kart. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool characters. There's a lot of cool maps that they brought back from obviously previous titles, so that kind of lends part of its success. Just seeing these up-resed versions of those maps. This one was a tough one because Double Dash is a lot of fun too. I remember playing that one Thanksgiving thanks to our cousin Brendan bringing his GameCube over to Grandma and Grandpa's and us playing that a lot. But I think 8 nudges it out of the way just because of, once again, longevity. What's its initial release on the Wii, then going to, the Wii U and then the Switch eventually. Like, just a lot of generations playing that and time spent playing that. Yeah, just a lot of fun. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, I should have put a Mario Kart game on this list as well because Mario Kart is iconic and a hallmark of Nintendo. I feel like 8 is really great. It is a really great entry into the franchise. I love the customization of the vehicles. I
Mm-hmm.
love the way the karts feel on the tracks. It feels like it can be more competitive, even though there is the randomization of Mario Kart in there. It feels like if you are skilled enough, you can outwork the items, which was kind of a first in the Mario Kart franchise, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, Now is when my list gets a little pretentious because I'm talking about best games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Number three is Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta give it to Earthbound. I absolutely love that game. I've never beaten Earthbound, but I have played it like 4 times. I keep getting through, and then my emulator will stop working. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
my cartridge that I own will stop working. Um, but yeah, Earthbound is a fantastic JRPG. It's one of the only JRPGs that I knew, or it was the first one that I played for sure that was set in modern times.
Okay.
Like there were phones and ATMs and money and like you were just a kid in like the 90s and it was so cool. All the enemy designs are so cool. The music and everything is so cool. Everything about the game is just like next level as far as what you could do with the SNES technology for a JRPG. It was just so incredible. Have you played Earthbound?
Mm-mm. Nope. Ness is the only connection I have to that game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only reason I played Earthbound is because I've tried to play all games that are Super Smash Bros. Characters
Right.
are in. Um, So I tried out Earthbound and I was not disappointed. So it's absolutely stands at my number 3 spot.
Nice. Number 2 is one you alluded to earlier. It's Super Mario World. Takes number 2 for me. Pretty much going to echo everything you said. Echo everything I said from the top 10, defining games. The secrets, man, that you can discover in there, and just the amount of paths that you can discover to navigate around with the levels and all that jazz. I can't think of anything new to say, but Super Mario World stood out to me as top Mario. I played it on the Game Boy Advance version, so like I don't have that history of the SNES per se, but I think it's just a port. But yeah, I had a great time with that. And another game that took a lot of hours from me and a lot of restarts, not in a bad way of like, I just want to start this from the beginning again.
Yeah, absolutely. What more can you say about Super Mario World?
Right.
It is the GOAT. It is so good. Number 2 for me is going to be Super Metroid. Um, Despite me not liking puzzle games, I still beat Super Metroid, and it took me an embarrassingly long time for the speedrunners and stuff because it clips your time at the end. It
Ah,
took me
okay.
a long time to beat Super Metroid, so I'm definitely not going to be doing any speedrunning or improving my score for that game. But man, did I have a blast playing it. It spawned a whole genre of games. I mean, it's safe to say Castlevania Symphony of the Night wouldn't exist without Super Metroid, and so many other games. Hollow Knight wouldn't exist without Super Metroid. So Super Metroid is a it's an iconic game. It's very fun. I highly recommend it. If you like the Metroidvania style at all, definitely give a chance to the game that kind of started it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Number 1 for me. Now, I said this list is my bias, my personal top 10. I would say this one is less me. I do enjoy this game a lot, but the reason this game takes my number 1 is I can't deny the insanity of what this game offers and what it accomplishes. Number 1 for me for top Nintendo is Smash Brothers Ultimate. This game
Yes.
builds on what Smash Bros. Did with 64, builds on Melee, minus the tripping. Or was it Brawl that had tripping? I think it was Brawl that had
All had
tripping.
shipping.
Builds on Brawl,
Yeah.
builds on Smash Wii U, brings every character back, brings an insane amount of crossover characters. Um, the single player content, while not the best, is varied. I still believe Subspace Emissary is my favorite of the single player content. I enjoy what they tried to do with the spirits and the challenges that they do offer there. I prefer the trophies and unlocking those compared to the spirits, but I can't deny that it is a fun mode and does offer a lot for the player to chase after, accomplish. And on top of that, you still have your classic modes, you still have your boss rushes, you still have your target, things. You can go into this competitive if you want to do no items, like a sicko. If you want to be fun, you play with items and go all chaotic. Like, it's so much fun. It's another one similar to Mario Kart where they brought a lot of old stuff back with maps and whatnot, which I really appreciate them bringing that forward. This is going to be a game that is going to be very hard to topple if they ever decide to bring Smash Brothers back. And this is like the dream of all dream for fighting game fans, is just take a roster from the previous title and build upon it and just go, go, go. They brought everybody here. Any step down where they don't have characters is going to feel like a letdown. And I feel like they shot themselves in the foot because this is so good. So
Yeah, I feel like the next Super Smash Bros. Won't even be a next iteration, but will just be Smash Bros. Ultimate with all the DLC included in like a package.
I would hope so, but I don't know. I don't know, especially with all the guest characters. Like, do you have or keep a license for a Joker, a Sora, a Sephiroth? How does that work out? I mean, Snake missed a generation. He wasn't on Wii U, so that's Nintendo's problem. But hopefully they can keep it that way, where they just take everybody, bring them back again. That was the big selling point too. Everybody's here. Hopefully they can do that with the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Smash Bros. Ultimate is an incredible game. Uh, it lacks one thing though that upsets me, and that is even though it has the best roster and the best maps and the best characters and the best everything, it does not have the best All-Star mode. The All-Star mode is severely lacking in Smash Bros. Ultimate because it doesn't play like the old All-Star mode does. The old All-Star mode, you would go from fight to fight and you would keep the damage that you took, but you could also heal with three tomatoes in the middle, which healed 50%. So it was a cool stamina thing. In this one, it's like different fights that you go to, but your health does not carry over, so it's not nearly as intense in my opinion or cool.
One more thing I want to give a shout to as a positive. I think the Wii U mode introduced this, but I enjoyed it a lot in Ultimate. Was the Strike Squad? You could like assemble a team of like 5 or 6 or something like
That
that.
was introduced in Ultimate, yeah, which is
Oh, it was in
incredible.
Ultimate. Okay, I really like
Yeah,
that mode a lot.
that's my favorite mode to play with other people. Is I'm like, let's play
Yeah,
Strike Squad.
yeah. You can mix up like you pick your team, but then you can mix up like who's actually coming out first, who's doing this, who's doing what, and it's just a battle of attrition between whoever you're against, and it's a fun time. It's a nice way
Yeah,
to
that's what
mix
I've
it up.
always wanted in Super Smash Brothers, where each stock is a different character.
Mm.
Great idea. Always wanted that. Um, anyway, I went off on that tangent about the All-Star mode because what game does have the perfect All-Star mode? That's Super Smash Brothers Melee. I
Mm.
actually think Melee is the best Nintendo game of all time. And I'm extremely biased. Uh, yeah, I just have a lot of childhood fond memories with Melee. Um, I remember even like going to a birthday party where I had a soccer game the next morning, but I stayed up all night playing Melee, and ended up playing the best soccer game of my life the next day
Hey.
on no sleep. Yeah, so it all worked out, and I learned that I love Roy. I was playing Roy, and the other person was playing as Marth, and we were just playing like the entire night. It was so fun. Um, but I feel like Melee has had the staying power with the whole community of people chucking around their Game Cubes and their CRTs and everything.
Yep.
So, Super Smash Bros. Melee is absolutely the best one in the franchise.
Nice. Shall we review or go over our list one more time for the audience sake?
Sure, you go first and I'll go second.
Sure thing. Start with my list. So number 10, I had Tetris 99. Number 9, Link's Awakening. Number 8, Pokemon Stadium. Number 7, Mario Party 8. Number 6, Pokemon Ruby. Number 5, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Number 4, Wii Sports. Number 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 2, Super Mario World. And number 1, Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Great. For my top 10, I had The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards, Star Fox 64, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Mario Galaxy, Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, Earthbound, Super Metroid, and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Glad we both agree that Super Smash Bros. Is the best Nintendo franchise.
I mean, it just takes them all and goes, just puts them together.
Absolutely. It's definitely my favorite, and I think earns that top spot.
Yeah.
And that is gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thank you so much, Brett, for coming onto the podcast, answering some Thanksgiving related questions, going through the Game Awards, and telling me your top 10 Nintendo games.
Of course. Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And we will see you next time on Relatively Gaming.
If
Bye-bye,
I'm
everybody.
alive. Bye.